single atom that is in your body today was in your body when that event took place. Matter flows from place to place and momentarily comes together to be you. Whatever you are for, you are not the stuff from which you're made. If that doesn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, then you weren't listening properly. I wrote that. False! It was a scientist called Steve Grant. When we experience something, a sequence of neurons fires in the brain, and when we remember it, the same sequence of neurons fires again. We are nothing but our memories. Good or bad, that's what we are made of. I won the show. I did. I got to go through the door. The prize was video recorder. After the show had gone off air, Jerry Holland said that Daniel Kaplan wanted to hang out with me. I was excited. Jerry Holland delivered me personally to Daniel Kaplan's dressing room, while my parents waited for me in the green room. Daniel was sitting on a writing desk. There was this thing for putting pens in, and there was a Christmas tree in the corner. The whole place stunk of pine. Daniel said he likes to keep a tree all year round. I thought that was odd. I remember thinking that was odd. Daniel said I was quite a nubile young lady. He said it quickly, testing the water. He asked me if I knew what that meant, and of course I did. I'm the champion. He asked me if I want to come back on the show again next week, and I said, of course I did, I'm the champion. He said, there is a price I have to pay. He said, I could only come back on the show if I was nice to him. If I was nice to him. I know what he meant. I wanted back on the show. I wanted to be famous like Molly. He put on his favorite song, he said, to get us in the mood. He didn't lock the door. I found that strange. If I was going to do something wrong, I would lock the door, but he didn't need to. I think because everyone knew, or pretended not to know. He didn't need to lock the door. I think because of that, I wasn't that scared. He made this all seem normal, like having a cup of tea, you know? He didn't kiss me. He just asked me for a little hug and put his hand up my skirt and felt me through my knickers. He also put his hand up my jumper. He said, "You'll be fine, Sandra. I'll guide you through." He didn't use a condom. I didn't know it would hurt that much. I bit inside my mouth and I tasted my own blood. It was like metal. I remember that very clearly, the taste of metal. I fell on his desk and pants scattered on the floor. That was when I realized that the door has opened and Ben was standing there in the doorway, just watching. Like he knew what he was seeing was wrong, but he couldn't figure out the correct way to respond. Like he knew, like he was saying it but not saying it. In the end, he just closed the door. It's kind of funny because I really liked Ben when I first met him. I could even remember thinking he could be my boyfriend, but after Daniel was finished, he pulled up his trousers and said that we should keep all these our secrets, and as long as we did, I could be his girlfriend, meet famous people, and that's the thing, you know, some parts of it I enjoyed. It made me feel special, like I was somebody, you know. But in the end, it made me feel even dirty, like it was my fault. I don't know how many girlfriends he had over the years, but I was champion for 5 weeks. Not as long as Molly, but long enough. I don't know if Molly ever told anyone. I told my mother. She said, "It would do no good to dredge it up, Sandra. It's no good for you. That's what just men are like. It's an inventable part of life. Forget it ever happened." So I did. I made the decision to forget about it. It was difficult at the start, but after a while I could tell when I was about to start thinking about it and cut it off completely. So after that, it's gone. All that was left was the occasional panic attack. I met my husband, had my daughter, got on with my life, until Ben found me, looking for forgiveness. I wonder if he hadn't, maybe I would have been happier, forgetting. But actually, it's not just about me. I can't imagine anyone will be surprised. Everyone knew. Everyone. They just pretended not to see. Daniel Kaplan was a hero, and no one was to say differently. Daniel Kaplan is dead. It's not fair that he is dead. He's escaped. He got away with that. While I can never confront, never question, never know. There is no punishment or reward after death. Despite what your mom says, there is no waterfall, no afterlife. You have to believe me, because I'm smart, yeah? So, we need to dredge up every last memory, no matter how painful it is. And we need to track down every last one of the people who saw but didn't see, and who saw but didn't care, and ask them, why? And we need to look at ourselves and decide what we are going to see and what we are going to remember, because memory is used to create a template for what might happen in the future. Well, in the future, child rape will not be seen as an inventable part of life, but a fucking impossibility. Child rape will not be seen as an inventable part of life, but a fucking impossibility. That's the afterlife. The afterlife is here, on Earth.